I want to thank the Honourable Member for bringing this debate and for speaking so emotively, as so many others have today. I know from personal experience talking here about loss due to suicide, the pain never goes away, no matter how long ago it was. But I particularly commend the Honourable Member for speaking about such a recent bereavement. That is a very difficult thing to do. Some other people have mentioned that only 1 in 4 people who take their own lives are known to services, to clinical mental health services. And that's why the charities and community organisations are so important. And I recently did visit the Winchester branch of the Samaritans, and I met with Wayne Fletcher, the director. And it was so impressive and inspiring to see the number of volunteers involved to make sure there's 24-hour access to someone who needs help. In the darkest times, the loneliest times, in the middle of the night, in the early of the morning, you pick up the phone and there'll be a volunteer waiting there to speak to someone. And it is absolutely incredible. And other members have mentioned the men's shed. And just 2 weeks ago, I visited the men's shed in Alresford, who are currently looking to that their lease is up, and so we're going to be working with the town council to find them a new location, because it is absolutely vital, this connection, this friendship, the sense of purpose, the mentorship, that all turns into a life-saving community. And I had a message today from a fellow vet in Winchester, Alison Moores, and she said that that her 15-year-old son, Sam, took his own life earlier this year. And she said at the weekend I went with 3 of his school friends and their mums to Sam's grave. Seeing 16-year-olds crying at the grave of their best friend was heartbreaking. The loss of my son is so horrific, I can't even begin to describe it. We've raised over £30,000 for Papyrus, but they still need more, and I hope we've made a difference in saving another child's life. Now, we know that charity fundraising is harder than ever at the moment in the current economic climate, and that all 3 of these organisations that I've mentioned, the Samaritans, Papyrus, Men's Sheds, plus others, rely on the generosity of the public and people who are working so hard to fundraise for them. And so I'd like to ask, in the most constructive way possible, because I know all members across this House care deeply about this issue, and I know the Minister has a genuine commitment to suicide prevention. And so I say this with absolutely no party political agenda, but I'd like to ask about the government's decision to end the voluntary community and social enterprise suicide prevention grant, because this funding supports these organisations like Samaritans, Papyrus, the Men's Sheds, all of who play a vital role in reaching people who may never come into contact with mental health services. So I wonder if the Minister could let us know whether there's any scope through cross-party pressure, engagement with Treasury colleagues, how we can look again at how we can support, sustain support for these life-saving organisations at a time when suicides are at a 25-year high. And Madam Deputy Speaker, I just finished by paying tribute to Archie Pond, who is a 19-year-old constituent of mine who took his own life last year. I met with his father last month, Martin, and since then he has been relentlessly fundraising for young minds. And I'm always so impressed that someone can turn that kind of heartache and that heartbreak into something so positive. And finally, one of my core team, a retired clinical psychologist, Peter Wilcock, who helped so much before the general election and since the general election, especially since I was made the mental health spokesperson. I just want to put my thanks on record to him for not only his efforts, but his invaluable expertise in this subject. Thank you.